Welcome to The Explainer. Most business strategy is all about looking backwards at past performance or looking at what's happening right now. But today, we're going to talk about something different, a third axis of analysis. It's a way of looking forward, a data-driven method designed to actually anticipate what's coming next.
Let's kick off with this idea. Think about it. Most of the business intelligence you get, all the news and reports, they're helping you react to things that have already happened. But what if you could shift from just reacting to actually anticipating the future? If you're a founder or a leader, you've probably felt this, that gut feeling. Some periods, it's like you're riding a perfect wave and everything just flows. Other times, it feels like you're paddling against an invisible current. Well, we're going to explore the idea that those waves, they aren't random at all. They might just be part of a predictable, data-driven cycle. Now, to get our heads around this, we're not starting where you might think. No mystics, no ancient scrolls. Nope. We're starting in the 1950s with a radio engineer who stumbled upon a verifiable physical law, completely by accident. Okay, so let's zoom in on this number, 93%. This number right here is the key that unlocks this entire conversation. It represents a statistical link so incredibly strong that it was impossible to ignore. So this engineer, his name was John Nelson, worked for RCA. He wasn't an astrologer. He was just a guy with a practical problem to solve, making shortwave radio signals more reliable. And by digging into the data, he found this bizarrely accurate 93% correlation. When planets lined up in certain ways, solar flares would disrupt communications. It was a repeatable, predictable pattern. And here's the crucial part. This wasn't some fluke theory. It was so rock solid that NASA, adopted his methods to manage risk for their astronauts. This sets our baseline fact. We're talking about physics. Planetary cycles have a measurable physical effect on our environment. It's not belief, it's engineering data. Okay, so now let's take that physical principle and zoom way, way out. What happens when you lay these verifiable cosmic cycles over the massive patterns of human history and the global economy? Well, this is where it gets really interesting. On one side, you have the legendary investor who crunched 500 years of hard economic data and found what he calls the big cycle, empires rising and falling over about 250 years. On the other side, totally separate from all that, you have the orbit of Pluto, which takes, wait for it, 248 years. The similarity is just stunning. It's almost a perfect match. And check out this historical parallel. The last time Pluto was in this exact part of the sky, we had the American and French revolutions, plus the birth of the industrial age. I mean, the entire foundation of our modern economy was built right then. And in 2024, that exact same cycle just began again. So you see what's happening? We've got three completely independent sets of data: astrophysics, hard economic history, and the historical study of cycles. They all use different methods, but they are all pointing to the exact same conclusion, that right now we are living through a massive structural turning point for civilization. So that brings us to the most important question for any entrepreneur or CEO out there. If the entire world is on this massive wave of change, where is your company on its own specific wave? This is where this huge, fascinating macro theory becomes a practical, real-world tool for making better decisions. It's called the Astro-Tenshou-Compass, and it's designed to do just that, to map your company's unique founding moment against these larger, proven cycles. And the tool doesn't just spit out one vague prediction. It actually breaks down the intelligence across three distinct time horizons, which is exactly how a good leader needs to think and plan. You can look at the short term, say the next couple of years, to analyze things like market sentiment for a product launch or a PR push. Then there's the medium term, which is perfect for identifying those bigger cycles of when to expand aggressively versus when to pull back and consolidate. And finally, you get the long-term view, which helps you see and navigate those massive industry-redefining shifts we were just talking about. The methodology here is really simple and logical. First, you build trust in the data by looking backwards. How did your company's specific wave pattern look during the 2008 crisis, for example? Then, you get a clear, data-driven picture of your position right now. And finally, you use all that insight to look ahead and proactively plan for the big stuff: fundraising, hiring, major investments, 3 to 5 years down the road. And what's really powerful is that this isn't just some static report. It has an integrated AI chat, so you can ask it direct strategic questions. Things like, based on these cycles, should we focus on hiring this quarter? And you get back a data-driven answer in clear, analytical business language. No woo-woo stuff, no spiritual jargon.
So, this is the crucial point, really. This isn't about asking you to believe in something new. It's about offering a new, predictive data set you can add to your existing strategic toolkit.
Think of it like this. A newspaper tells you that the market went down yesterday. That information helps you react. The Astro-Business-Compass, on the other hand, tries to show you the underlying wave before it breaks on the shore. It's an analysis unique to your company, and it's designed to help you anticipate.
So the big takeaway is simple. You don't have to believe in gravity to use it to your advantage when you build a bridge. You just have to know the principle exists. The same logic applies here. These are observable, cosmic, and historical cycles. You don't need to believe, you just need to know the cycle to start using it strategically. From a 1950s engineering lab all the way to 500 years of economic history. And all the data points to one clear conclusion. The great waves of change are already in motion. Thanks for joining this explainer. The only real question left is, will you have the map to navigate them?